Week 11 in the books. Let's go. Jagtars defeating the Titties 19-13. Once again, the Tennessee Titans don't win a game, which is nothing new, which is nothing surprising, whatever. The Jaguars win 2 straight games for the first time since 2013. Kind of fucking sad how their franchises has gotten. Nice color rush uniforms by the Jaguars. They should use those as their third alternate or something like that. But other than that, nothing really exciting about this game. I'm getting fucking tired already talking about it, so I'm just gonna move on. Jaguars 4-6, Titans 2-8. On to the Sunday games. Panthers beating the ever-loving shit out of the Washington Redskins 44-16. Cam Newton 5 touchdown passes for the first time in his career. He never had 4 touchdown passes in his career. So yeah, there you go. Because I fucked up something a couple weeks ago. Fine, whatever. The Redskins, their road woes continue. They've only won 1 road game under Jay Gruden. And that one road victory was a road victory that never should have happened. Because it was against the Dallas Cowboys at the time in 2014. So, whatever. Panthers remaining perfect at 10-0. Ooh, that gunner. Devin Funchess is finally emerging as a top receiver for the Carolina Panthers. We knew it was going to be a while, but wow, whatever. Anyway, like I said, Panthers 10-0, Redskins 4-6, still alive in the NFC East because the NFC East is that fucking shitty. Ravens defeating the Rams 16-13. Not gonna go over the fucking shitty ass teams because they're shit for a reason. You can add signing Nick Foles for the Rams to one of the many reasons why the Rams fucking suck. Joe Flacco and Justin Forsett done for the season. Flacco with a torn ACL and possibly a torn MCL as well, and it's kind of disappointing because it's this late in the season where he's tearing that ACL. And the Ravens they've been having injury problems all season long. Let's see, you lose Terrell Suggs on opening day, you lose Steve Smith, you lose Forsett and Joe Flacco. I mean, those are your 4 best players. Say what you want about Joe Flacco, he has been struggling. It was amazing that the Ravens won that game, to be perfectly honest with you, because the Rams were up 13-0 at one point, 13-3, whatever. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Ravens 3-7, Rams 4-6, and both teams are fucking garbage. Cowboys defeating the Dolphins 24-14. Well, yeah, a little bit of a difference in quarterback. Of course, Romo was a little bit rusty, as you would expect. He did throw 2 touchdown passes, but he also threw 2 interceptions early on. Tannehill threw a pick 6, so who gives a flying fuck? Like I said, no one gives a fuck about this game only because the Cowboys are 3-7 and the Dolphins are 4-6. So fine, whatever. Buccaneers. Oh god, my bad, Tampa. It is what it is. Fuck you, Philadelphia. Buccaneers defeating the Eagles 45-17. Jameis Winston 5 touchdown passes for the rookie number 1 overall pick of the 2015 draft. And not much left to say about the Philadelphia Eagles. They are fucking garbage. I mean, it is what it is. Buccaneers 5-5. They've won 2 in a row now, and Eagles fall to 4-6. losing 2 crucial home games those were actually winnable fucking games, and they still don't get the fucking job done. So that's kind of fucking annoying for Eagles fans. It is what it is there. Moving on. Broncos defeating the Chicago Bears 17-15. Brock Osweiler had a pretty good debut. He didn't throw a single interception. I mean, it did not throw a single interception. So there is some positives to that. As opposed to Peyton Manning, who threw 17 interceptions in his 9 starts for the Denver Broncos this season. I hate to say it, but yeah, Brock Osweiler, he played better than I expected. I expected to shit the bed entirely. Not really, but I was impressed. But I was a little bit impressed. Granted, it was the Bears defense, which is a middle of the pack defense these days, but it's still a lot better than last year's defense. They were shit, so whatever. And Jay Cutler throwing 2 interceptions. Actually threw 1 interception, and he lost a fumble. Those were crucial points for the Chicago Bears that were just taken off due to those turnovers. Broncos defense got the job done. Oh God, fucking bullshit though. The Bears had 0 fucking penalties, and they still lost the game. How the fuck does that happen? And there were a few penalties that should have been called against the Chicago Bears. That was fucking bullshit. I don't like blaming losses on officiating and all, on poor officiating or whatever, because most of the times there's bad calls on both sides, bad penalties on both sides, and no calls on both sides, whatever. But in this case, give me a fucking break. That was totally one-sided, and the Broncos still won. So congratulations. And I definitely don't want to hear about, Alshon Jeffrey didn't play and neither did Matt Forte and all this stupid fucking bullshit. Okay? Because on the Broncos side, Emmanuel Sanders didn't play and neither did DeMarcus Ware. So shut the fuck up. Oh, I understand DeMarcus Ware is getting old as well and he's playing a physical position and everything, but it is what it is. My bad, Denver Bronco fans. I screw the pooch once again. Lions defeating. By the way, Broncos 8-2, Bears 4-6. Chicago is, at this point, Chicago's just better off playing spoiler at this point because they, in order to get back to that playoff race, this was the game that they needed to have, and they just didn't get the job done. Bottom line, Raiders losing to the Lions 18-13. No one gives a fuck about this game because both teams are under 500. The Lions win back-to-back games, scoring exactly 18 points for the first time in franchise history. Wow, how the fuck does that happen? They beat the Packers in that upset, and now they beat the Raiders, and Raiders. I had you making the playoffs, but you're not making the playoffs now. Sorry, it's not happening. You still have issues. Colts beating the Atlanta Falcons 24-21. The Falcons had a 21-7 lead at one point. Then it dwindled to 21-14, and then Matt Ryan throws an interception right to D'Qwell Jackson, and then Jackson runs it all the way back for a touchdown. Their defense finally showed up for a change because that Colts defense has been garbage throughout most of the season. And then it took an infinitary field goal to get the job done once again. And then God, are the Falcons trolling everybody? Seriously, they were. I think that's what it was. They were trolling their own fan base with that 5-0 start because they are playing like fucking shit. It looks like they're out of their depth as far as play calling is concerned. I mean, they're running out of ideas to get Julio Jones into the end zone and Roddy White, so they got to and of course Devontae Freeman out for the rest of that game with a concussion or whatever. So they decide to go to their fullback for touchdown scoring. I mean, give me a fucking break. Falcons 6-4. Colts improved to 5-5, and they've won their last 2 games as well. Okay, my bad, Houston. Texans defeating the Jets 24-17. DeAndre Hopkins burning Darrelle Revis. When was the last time he actually any receiver burned Darrelle Revis? Holy crap, Darrelle Revis. Last I checked, Revis is no fucking slouch here, okay? Give me a fucking break. And of course, the Jets, they tried to make a comeback, but, people forget it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is not a clutch quarterback. He's one of those front runner quarterbacks. Give him a big lead, and then everything will be okay. Get behind by 10 plus points, you're fucked. You're fucked. That's all there is to it. Jets, they have not been the same team since a few weeks ago. 5-5. Texans also not been the same team since a few weeks ago. Since they got their asses spanked by the fucking Dolphins. They've been playing football, and they won with what's that guy's name? TJ fucking Yates. Welcome back to Houston. Holy crap. Houston backup quarterbacks getting the job done when it matters the most, and not their original starting quarterbacks. I mean, last year when the Texans beat the Ravens, they did it with Case Keenum, and now the Texans beat the Jets in a very important game using their backup quarterback. A returning one at that. Give me a break. Both teams are 5-5. Alright, late afternoon games. Chiefs defeating the Chargers 33-3. Phillip Rivers. Oh my god. The Chargers are so goddamn injury depleted, it's not even fucking funny. With that being said, injuries are part of the game. Let's call it what it is. The Chargers fucking suck this year. I mean, they're fucking garbage. They can't even stay competitive against their division rivals. That's called being garbage. Okay, give me a fucking break. How about the Chiefs, though? 4 consecutive victories for them. Charcandrick West now injured or whatever, and in fact, a couple touchdowns were scored by Spencer Ware. Yeah, whatever that guy's name is. The Chiefs' offensive line doing a good job as far as run blocking is concerned. Give me a break, though. This was a fucking blowout. Very anticlimactic. Seahawks defeating the 49ers 29-13. Thomas Rawls doing a great job, and get familiar with that name because he's going to be the Seahawks starting running back for most likely the remainder of the regular season anyway. And that's assuming the Seahawks make the playoffs, which I believe they are going to make the playoffs now. My mistake. I made that stupid mid-season adjustment. Got rid of that fucking video because let's be honest here, it was just that fucking bad. But in any event, the Seahawks though, it's great that they came back and beat. It's great that they beat the 49ers, but let's be realistic here. Call me when the Seahawks beat a real fucking football team. Like last week when they should have beaten the Arizona Cardinals. But the problem was the Seahawks once again reenacted Super Bowl 49 for the 5th time this season. Holy fucking shit. It is what it is though. Seahawks 5-5, 49ers 3-7. Moving on. Packers defeating the Vikings 30-13. Minnesota, another reason why I got rid of that midseason adjustments video. So, the Vikings needed to win this fucking game in order to clinch the NFC North. Now, it's not going to happen now. The Packers are definitely going to clinch the NFC North now. I mean, give me a break. And I should have taken the Packers. I wanted to take the goddamn Packers, but every time I pick against the Vikings, I end up fucking losing. Well, now I pick the Vikings, and I fucking lose again. Give me a fucking break. Anyway. Yeah, fuck you, Minnesota. But holy shit, though. The Packers got after Teddy Bridgewater, and Bridgewater got banged up against them. Against the Packers pass rush. Holy crap. 6 fucking sacks. Teddy Bridgewater is icing himself up, most likely icing himself up for the next couple, the past couple of days since getting their asses kicked. Holy crap. Was not an easy game for the Packers though, I'll tell you that. They still have some fucking issues, even though they scored 30 points finally. But still, holy crap. Both teams are 7-3. Eddie Lacy playing a pretty good game. It's been a while since Eddie Lacy. Not a great game, not the best game of his career, obviously, but still a pretty fucking decent game. Whatever. How about that touchdown by James Jones? Holy crap. They basically put the game away. Alright, moving on. Cardinals defeating the Cincinnati Bengals 34-31. What a fucking... And this was clearly the best game of Week 11. And this game just proved that the Cincinnati Bengals still have issues of getting the job done in prime time. Give me a fucking break. I mean, it's easy to beat the shit teams and average football teams and all this stupid bullshit. But when it's time to get it done in prime time, and when it's time to get it done against real football teams, and I'm not talking about when you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers when Big Ben just got back from an injury, that doesn't count, okay? But getting to the game itself, Carson Palmer struggled in the first half, picked it up in the second half. The Cardinals defense nearly blew the game away, but you gotta remember though, it was Andy Dalton in the last couple minutes, and all Andy Dalton could do at this point was get them in field goal range and tie the game instead of win the game. That gave the Cardinals enough time for them to march down the field for a field goal. But holy fucking shit. What got them in field goal range was Pecco doing illegal signal callings or whatever the fuck, which is a 15-yard penalty. I remember hearing something about this a couple years ago or something like that. Some I forget which game it was, but some idiot was doing the same fucking shit, and well, it cost them here, and it cost the Bengals here. It wasn't the only thing that cost the Bengals the game. Andy Dalton's final drive cost the Bengals the game. I mean, you gotta score touchdowns when you're facing the Arizona Cardinals. You gotta steal. You got to get in the end zone. Put the pressure on the Cardinals to score a touchdown. Give me a fucking break. Both teams are at 8-2. Bengals have lost their last 2 games. And the Bengals need to get their shit together, because give me a fucking break. A few weeks ago, NFL Network's Marshall Faulk said that the Bengals were going to go 16-0 or have the best chance to go 16-0 or something really lame and stupid like that. And now they lost 2 straight games. I didn't believe I didn't think the Bengals were going to go 6-0 anyway. Wait, even though I thought the Bengals were going to beat the Texans, and holy crap, Andy Dalton is a fucking baby. Holy shit. Let me get back let me get back to what happened in Week 10 or whatever, when Week 10 wrapped up. The Texans were kicking the ever-living shit out of Andy Dalton. They made Andy Dalton look irrelevant. That's what it was. He made Andy Dalton look irrelevant. J.J. Watt was being interviewed after the game, using a pretty creative analogy. Because people like to call Andy Dalton the Red Rifle, and J.J. Watt's comments were, and I quote, they made the Red Rifle look like the Red Ryder BB gun, end quote. And of course, if you actually listen to the rest of what Watt had to say, you can understand why that his comments were taken out of fucking context. Which is what the media fucking does, because they're fucking jackasses. But in any event, Andy Dalton heard about this, and what did he do? He cried like a fucking girl. Oh, it's JJ. JJ Watt's a good player. Kids look up to him, and he says stuff like that. It's just shut the fuck up. What a fucking baby. Congratulations, Andy. You just made the list of players that I cannot fucking stand. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking crybaby. Moving on. Patriots beating the Buffalo Bills 20-13, and it was pretty much the game. Weird fucking game though, because holy shit, a lot of questionable calls by the officiating. The official was not probably the poorest officiated game on both sides of the fence, on the Buffalo side and on New England side, for that matter. Give me a fucking break. Oh god, and of course Edelman didn't play because of his foot injury, and now Amendola got injured. I mean, holy fucking shit, and he was actually having a good fucking game, believe it or not. Actually, I don't find that hard to believe at all, because Amendola is actually a pretty good receiver, but you get my fucking point. Buffalo tried to make a comeback, but then on the final fucking play, and it should not have been the final fucking play, unless one Buffalo Bills player, I forget, whatever, makes a dive or was trying to get out of bounds. He slid out of bounds, I guess, but I guess and that's the thing, he slid out of bounds and didn't dive out of bounds or something stupid like that, because the clock kept rolling, and the game was over at that point. Who knows? Controversial play. No one gives a flying fuck. Nobody gives a flying fuck. The bottom line is this: Patriots are 10-0. Buffalo is 5-5. And holy fucking shit, what a weird week of football it was. Hey, at least I did better than last week as far as picking games are concerned. I mean, 2-12 last week, unfortunately. This past week, 8-6. I will try to do better the following week. Thanksgiving picks coming up. Till next time, later, fuckers.